Okay guys, I'm going to shoot a quick little video of the underside of this 1965 Mercury Cyclone I'm going to have for sale here directly. This car come out of Texas. It spent the majority of its life there, I think. It's a really solid car. I will tell you right off the bat, the passenger side quarter has been replaced at some point in its life. I'm going to say it was probably in the 70s. They replaced it with a used one. They did a pretty good job of putting it on. It's blue on the inside, but it is a solid quarter. That being said, let's go to the underside. I put a brand new gas tank in it. Brand new exhaust from the manifolds out. It's got brand new springs underneath it, new rubber lines. The frame rails are crazy solid. This was a really solid car. It's got a little patch panel on the inside here. I'm not real sure why it is that way. It's a real thick, but I'm not impressed with that. But like I said, this is a driver car. The driver's side's in really good shape. Frame rails are the same way. They're normally rotted out. This one's not. Wheel wells are in good shape. This thing's really clean underneath. I gave it a really good bath with a hot power washer. It's got all new brakes on it, wheel cylinders, linings, rubber lines. I changed all the oil in the rear end. Rear end was in good shape. I reused as much original hardware as I possibly could. I like original parts. This wheel well is the same. Brand new tires. The wheels are original Magnum 500s. 205/70 14s is what I put on it. Move forward. Like I said, brand new exhaust. I have an exhaust guy that just does killer work. This thing sounds good. When I got it, the parking brake was a hot mess, so I part a lot of these Comets out. I always save the good parts, so it got a complete, original, good working, original parking brake assembly, and I replaced it from under the dash all the way back to the brake pads. Driver's side floorboard, where your foot set has been replaced. I ordered good reproduction floorboards, and then I butt welded everything in. I still need to smooth the weld down here, and then seam seal it, give it a shot of gray primer to match the underside. Transmission's been rebuilt. All new everything in it. Shift's good. You see grease up there. That's where I greased the U-joints and got a little overzealous with them. Passenger side floorboard's been replaced. I did the same thing to this one that I did with the other one. Everything was butt welded. Once I get the seams sealed over and smoothed up, you'll never even know it's been replaced. I used original floorboards. Onto the front end. Well, we'll move back. As you can see, I replaced the exhaust all the way from the manifolds back. I put new studs in the manifolds, new gaskets in the manifolds. And then what we did over here, I had them twist the exhaust back. That way, if anyone ever wanted to put a 5-speed in, there's room for the clutch linkage as far as like a cable-driven clutch goes. Tie rod ends, all that stuff was nice and tight. I did put a different pitman arm on it, or pardon me, idler arm. The tie rod ends were all good and tight. I saw no reason to change them. They are original, but they're in good shape. The guy that did the front end alignment on it said there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. New upper and lower control arms, new springs, new spring saddles. Upper and lower ball joints are new. Brake pads, wheel cylinder, master cylinder, rubber lines. I had all of the metal brake lines out of it, checked them over, made sure they were in good shape. I did replace the one on the passenger side just because it looked like something had come up and hit it in some point in time, but I replaced it with a nice original one. Original sway bar, new sway bar bushings, new strut rod bushings. Oh, what else? Changed the fuel pump, new filter, upper and lower radiator hoses, heater hoses. Heater core was rebuilt, or not heater core, heater box was rebuilt with a brand new heater core. It works well. Battery tray is not rotted out in it as they all normally are. This one's just as solid as could be. The black you're seeing is undercoating that I didn't get off, but this isn't a show car. It's a good driver quality car. Original fenders, still got the red oxide primer underneath them. Same way on the driver's side. Torque boxes are absolutely beautiful. I pulled the cover off, the access cover for the parking brake. When that was done, everything was hosed out. There really wasn't much in it. Little bit of Texas red dust. Passenger side is the same way. This is not a rusted out, oh, I gotta put a plug in there yet. Not a rusted out welfare piece of crap. Like I said, I used a hot power washer on everything, degreased it. All new battery cables as well. I still need to change the oil in it. Just made sure everything was good. Tranny mount was wrong in it. I replaced the tranny mount, fixed that, got it working correctly. Guys, I really don't know what else to tell you about the underneath of this car. It is the original rear end, 280 open gears. Well, I did sling grease everywhere. Huh. Whoops. This thing drives nice and straight down the road. It doesn't pull, it doesn't shake, it doesn't shimmy. It drives like it's supposed to. Brand new gas tank. That sucker was 400 bucks. Hell, the license plate light even works on it. I still have to put the sending unit in. I'm waiting on the O-ring and snap ring lock. It's sitting over there. Sending unit worked. Everything on this car works. It's just not a show car. It is a great driver quality car with one of the most shittiest paint jobs I have ever seen in my life. Whoever painted it should stop. It's one of those cars that looks good at about 15 feet. I'll shoot another video of the underside of the top side once it's down. But if you're looking for a good solid 65 Mercury Cyclone, this is probably it. One that you can get in and drive and just enjoy and not worry about scratching. I've got one of those, sits right there. It's not nearly as much fun to drive as this one is. Anyways, guys, Greg McCord, this is for you. Like I said, it has a terrible paint job on it. But it's a really solid car.